Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my next quote of the day. Today we have a quote from one of the big three Stoic philosophers, Epictetus. This is a quote that if you will give it the time it needs in your brain, in your heart, in your mind, it will be utterly transforming for you and anyone who will do that. Epictetus said this: first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. There are two incredibly important parts of being human, of being happy, of being your full and best self, of well-being. And the first is, who am I? Being something. And then out of your beingness, you do something. So one of the things we want to be is loving and generous and kind and have wonderful relationships with as many other people as we can. That's the most important thing you can do. But first, what he's saying is you have to be that. You have to find that love in your own heart and your own mind and your own spirit, in your own soul, and then let it flow out. It can't flow out if it's not already in there. First, say to yourself what you would be. What kind of a human being do I want to be? Am I that? Can I be more that? What do I have to do to become more that? And if I'm not that, do I like what I am? Is that something I'm proud of and delighted by and wish everyone could be? Could I wish everyone were the kind of human being I am? And so once you know what you're going to be, then you know what you have to do to become that. For my own life, I have decided I want to be love. I want to have in my heart a source of joy and peace and love and hope. And out of that well, that existing surplus of loving kindness will flow acts of loving kindness. So I have to work hard at making sure that love is in me, that it's my very nature, it's at the core of who I am. And the primary way you do that is by acting it. Acting as if. Acting as if is so important to becoming. And I think most people realize that. A lot of people mock the idea of acting as if. Well, you're just lying. You're just kidding yourself. Well, maybe I am. But acting as if leads to being. Doing leads to being. Consistent, daily, hourly, being a person of love and generosity and kindness makes you at the core a person of loving generosity and kindness. So here's what happens is as you're loving and kind to others, it's kind of an unusual thing. And so they respond in kind. They will either be really mean to you until they're won over, or more likely, they'll be kind back. They'll be loving back. And then what you'll find is your whole life is surrounded by loving kindness. You're kind and generous to people. People are kind and generous to you. And before long, that becomes who you are. Being and doing are the goal, but the doing will lead much more to the being. Whatever it is you want to be wise, act wise, and do the work. And in every one of these, there's work. And being a loving person, the work is doing loving things, doing kind things, being generous. Every time you find yourself not being kind, stop yourself. Say, be kind. I want to be a loving person, so I'm going to be kind in this moment. This person has hurt me, but I want to be a loving, forgiving, generous, kind person, so I'm going to forgive them. And as you do, you become. Doing leads to becoming. And most of us are not kind. We're not really loving. Someone's mean to us, we'll respond in anger and resentment. Most of us, if someone is unkind to us, we respond with passive aggressiveness. We're not outwardly directly mean and cruel, but it's kind of what we're doing. We're just hiding it really well. And so, that leads to being the unkind, passive aggressive person. And that leads to more doing, and that becomes more being, and that becomes more doing. So if you start out with the doing and make the doing no matter what, and in the beginning, you're going to fail a lot, but for long, you'll be amazed. The doing will lead to a little bit more being, and a little more being will make it easier to be the doer. And then the doing will make it easier to be the beer, the becoming of that thing. And then back and forth, so and so. And it's this amazingly wonderful spiral upwards. And being and doing are critical. And so I love what Epictetus said. First say to yourself what you would be, what you would be. This is what I want to be. This is my goal, my plan, my purpose. And then do what you have to do. State what you want to be and then start doing it as if it were true. That's what I hope for you. I hope for you that today, tomorrow, and every day of your life. And that determination to know what you want to be and become it, and then do it. And you will be amazed at how much better your life will become. Well, I hope you got something out of this, that there was something here that you could take and apply to your life and make it useful and joyful to you. If so, then I hope you'll like this video. Subscribe to the channel. No harm in subscribing to the channel. It might help other people to find it. And I'll see you tomorrow on the next Quote of the Day. See you then.
For deeper dives into psychology and philosophy, check out our YouTube channel, The Examine Life Daily, and check out our Nomadic YouTube channels. Bob is at CheapRVLiving, Autumn is at Autumn and Chloe, and our editor Robert is at Frontier Van Life.